Hey guys, welcome. So today I'm going to talk about this very sad story about Kathleen Moore, a 34 black woman that was killed by Collin Scott Knapp, her 30-year-old boyfriend. And apparently she has been missing for a few days. Friends are looking for her and they haven't found her, but the dude took her life. I am not a support, guys, of domestic violence, of people losing their lives because of a very bad relationship. But let me play this clip so you can get the idea of what.
This Fox News alert, Pasco County. It is not the ending her friends and family had hoped for, but Kathleen Moore has been found. The missing woman's body has been found in the woods near her boyfriend's home, and he has been arrested for her murder. As Fox 13's Aaron Mesmer reports tonight, while detectives piece together how it happened, Kathleen's grieving loved ones want to know why.
Mr. Knapp, you had a warrant that was issued for you for murder in the second degree.
Collin Knapp had little to say as he stood before a judge accused of killing his girlfriend, Kathleen Moore. Late Tuesday morning, the search for Kathleen came to a sad end. Sheriff Chris Nacos says her body was discovered in a wooded area near Knapp's home on Carmel Avenue in Newport Richey.
She was about 50 yards northeast of Collin Knapp's home, and so it was a very heavily brushed area.
Sheriff Nacos says hours before Moore disappeared on November 29th, she and Knapp had been arguing while they were out with friends. The sheriff says they got into another fight when they went back to Knapp's house. Moore hadn't been seen since then. On Monday, deputies charged Knapp with second-degree murder after they say they found clothes with Moore's blood that he'd thrown into a dumpster at work.
Make it easier on the family. Answer their questions. Answer the why. Because we have the evidence. We have Kathleen now.
As deputies were back searching for clues at Knapp's home Tuesday, friends who considered Kathleen family came by to pay their respects.
We're just going to keep her memory alive. I mean, both of our kids look at her as an aunt, like our kids are upset about it. We're just going to keep her alive.
In Pasco County, Aaron Mesmer, Fox 13 News.
We've also learned tonight Knapp has been arrested 19 previous times. Charges have included aggravated assault and also domestic violence.
Wow, so he's going away for what? No emotions whatsoever? Call it 30 plus years. And with that said, I will launch with a few insights I gather from this. One of them is this. If you juxtapose this story with the former NFL player Zach Stice beating of his ex-girlfriend, you will realize that it hasn't reached the level of publicity. He hasn't reached, Knapp hasn't gotten the backlash. It hasn't reached TMZ that Zach Stice got. And here you have someone who has committed a more horrendous act. Zach Stice was seen as a total moron, bozo, monster, a beater. He got a backlash, but what do you get here? Nothing. Nada. Crickets. Not much. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Collin Knapp here is equivalent in the black community as a typical poke and raven. It's crazy. Crazy, ain't it? And, love has no bounds. Love doesn't care about the boundaries, the geographical boundaries, your ethnicity, skin color, age, or whatever. Love will break that. But, this sister here was dating a white guy. Now, I'm saying this to say, black men, whenever we date outside the race, black women will create an uproar like, what's happened? What's wrong with the sisters? Don't you like us? So, where's the uproar about that too? I don't hear anything so far. This story happened like 4 days ago, I believe. So, I'm curious to see what would happen about, will people, content creators, and media make a big story of this? Because as a black guy, we just get hit left and right. Okay? I speak from all men, but specifically for black, left and right. If we abuse, we neglect our families, this, that, and the 9 yards. Huh? It's funny, ain't it? And if you go further, one of the things I realize if you read the story and listen is that Knapp was an on-again, off-again boyfriend. You see, whenever you hear of a on-again, off-again relationship, from my perspective, it's a fluid, it's a very tenuous, it's usually or a lot of arguments, a lot of conflicts. Essentially, you can boil it down to it being very toxic. I mean, Collin Knapp has a rap sheet. He has some level of domestic record to him. So, didn't she know this? And it's fair to say that she has been experiencing some level of abuse. Again, another hallmark of a toxic relationship. Maybe she is toxic herself, maybe Collin Knapp is toxic, or one or the other. But in this case, it shouldn't have reached this level. I can tell you, typically, people that stay in toxic relationship, they themselves are toxic because of issues like they're afraid to be alone. They believe that this partner, the current partner, there's no other connections. They can't help themselves. They're hiding away from something, and they need this person as a constant refuge. And I say women, and men and women. If you know that you're toxic, step away. If you know that you're not toxic but you're in a relationship, remove yourself. Especially men. Okay, remove yourself, because the law is not on your side. Okay, compared to a woman, it's not on your side. I mean, let's look at an example here. You have Lamar Odom. Recently, he penned this Instagram letter, right? He says to his exes, and the former NBA player is celebrating as he declared himself free from drug and porn addictions after leaving a toxic and abusive relationship. He goes on to say, a year ago yesterday, I left my ex-fiancée at the W Hotel in Atlanta without notice. When she realized I was gone back to my home in San Diego, she was livid. I received over 250 calls and text messages over the course of last December from her wanting to fix us. We were toxic, independently and collectively. This is something I like. He said independently and collectively. Okay? He took accountability for his part in this issue because he was toxic, which was based on his addiction, something in his life he had to fix. Okay, he got candid about his issues. The dysfunction in me was addicted to the abuse. The addict in me hated being alone. The man in me wanted a pretty face to wake up to. It was hard. Late nights and early mornings alone wears on a brother. I sought solace in marijuana and a slew of random women. Not loving any of them, not really wanting to be with any of them, but it beat being lonely. So he's just expressing a typical hallmark of being toxic is you're afraid to be alone. And I guess in this case for both individuals, you're afraid to be alone, and the end was this very horrendous death. So I'll say men, and I say an extension women, hey, there are spaces on YouTube where you can air your grievances to seek help for your toxicity for yourself, and also how to get out of toxic relationships. There's other avenues such as therapy. You can also go to church, seek God, and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to go to drugs and anything like that, but there are avenues you can go to. And if anyone wants to talk and themselves feel like, hey, I need to talk to you about this, cool, I'm here for you. But that's my 2 cents, guys. I hope that men overall, you learn that toxicity, get out of it. It doesn't work. Work on yourself first. Be a better level up. Work on yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, and otherwise, so that in the next relationship that you do enter to, you are more than capable to handle the rigors of it. Well, that's my 2 cents, guys. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. All to them. Bless.